Hey everybody, I'm just going to record this video and we're going to go over module growth mindset module 1. So use this to correct your module 1 and then you'll submit it after you correct it. So I'll help you guys finish what you have not finished yet. So here's growth mindset module 1. I'm not going to show you guys the videos, but I'll show you the parts of the brain really quick. This blue part right here in the front is called the frontal lobe. And then you go over here and this is called the parietal lobe. That yellow section right here, parietal lobe. And then this back part right here, it's called the occipital lobe. This back pink part is the occipital lobe. And then you have the brain stem. You have the brain stem right here. And then I'll move my screen. And this purple spaghetti looking thing is called the cerebellum right there. All right, I'm gonna move along here. I'm gonna skip that video. And you're gonna have to really listen closely now and stop and pause if you need to go back and correct yours, okay? So the frontal lobe right here, this blue part, is responsible for problem solving, voluntary motor activity, emotion, language for speaking, behavior, reasoning, and I put speaking twice. So language, speaking, and that's in the frontal lobe. And then this green temporal lobe right here is responsible for the functions associated with the temporal lobe are understanding language, memory, hearing, behavior, sleep, and alertness. And then moving along right down here to the brain stem. The brain stem is responsible for breathing, swallowing, your body temperature, digestion, and heartbeat. And then your cerebellum, this purple spaghetti looking thing, is responsible for fine muscle control, coordination, and balance. And this back occipital lobe is responsible for vision and color perception. And then this yellow part up top, the parietal lobe. Yep, the parietal lobe is responsible for knowing right from left, sensation, reading, body orientation. Body orientation is spatial understanding. So understanding how your body is oriented in an environment where there may be a lot of people, or if you're walking in a crowded space, or you're biking through a tough or a tight path. It's just understanding your surroundings. And then moving on to the left and right hemisphere. Each hemisphere is responsible for different things. You have the left hemisphere, which is analytical. It does the right side of your body's motor skills. It's in charge of math and science. Your right field of planning. So you planning out events, planning out your day. That's organized in your left hemisphere. When you're cautious or scared, that comes from the left. Detail oriented, also on the left. Rational thoughts, left side of your brain, and ordered sequencing and logic are the left. And on the right hemisphere, we have creative and art. The left side of your motor skills, it's intuitiveness. So using emotion or using emotion to basically make decisions. And emotional thoughts on the right side. Your left field of vision is controlled on the left hemisphere. Impulsive behaviors. So grabbing a Twinkie late at night impulsively comes from the right hemisphere. Your imagination comes from the right. Being adventurous comes from the right hemisphere. Nonverbal comes from the right side. Holistic perception. So looking at the holistic perception means you look at something as a whole. So if you're looking at a human body, you're looking at it as a whole body working connectively instead of just looking at each individual part. And the right hemisphere is responsible for random sequencing. And then I'm going to move down to this dendrite, or this neuron, and locate the parts. This little circle right here is a nucleus. This arrow points to the cell body. And these little things are called dendrites. This is the axon. This little thing covering the axon is called the myelin sheath. And then these little points right here are called axon terminals, where they connect to other neurons. And these things are called synapses. Alrighty, there you go. There is module 1 in its corrected form. So go ahead and correct it and submit it to me. I hope you guys can get that in today in Canvas. Thank you very much. I'll see you in class. If I can ever get this to close.